CHICKEN. Use the code chicken in the shop. CHICKEN. Use the code
Guys, the Chicken's here, back today with another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we got some new exciting stuff in Warships happening. We got a huge unlock. We got shock launchers today. We upgraded some other stuff, and we actually changed our attack strategy, which really helped us out. So we're going to cover all that in today's video. Also, make sure that you got the code Chicken in the shop, or just anyone's code in general. It does help to support the Boom Beach community. So here's what we did today, guys. So I got the rocket launchers up to tick 4, but more importantly, I got 2 shock launchers. So we got the shock launchers also up to tick 4. I have a new base. Now this base was Derek's. It was Derek's base, I believe. Oh, he's hiding it now. He's taking a page out of the Chicken. But that was the base he was running earlier. It was a little bit different because he's got everything. He's got mortars and stuff. But I found this worked really well on it. But I did make some adjustments. So I moved these rocket launchers apart a little bit. And I moved, this shock was in the back over here, and he had a sky shield right here. Obviously, I don't have that, but his base was kind of designed as like anti-seeker. So we took that and then just put like a different spin on it. So I left the shock launchers pretty well alone. So if they do choose to shock those, then there's not much value there. So that was basically the base design. And yeah, it kind of forces them to the right side. It's a little bit annoying for bombers or whatever they're going to be using. So that was huge. Now let's talk about what we want to do next here first. So yeah, like I said, we got the rockets up to tick 4. Now I believe by tomorrow night I'm going to be able to get the rockets maxed out, and I believe that is going to be that's going to be huge. Now I was pretty well going against all max rocket launcher bases today, and it wasn't the end of the world to match up against them. Before it was, but I'll show you what I was doing today. That really kind of helped with that. Then next, we simply want to go to the sky shield. We want to get the sky shield. We want to get mortars, and yeah, I might grab GBE, and then we're just going straight to 6. And then once we get to 6, the thing about the season, remember when we saw in the sneak peeks, the deck layout from 5 to 6 does not change, right? So it's the same deck layout. It's just more stuff. It's another engine, and you know, we're gonna have the sky shield by then. We're gonna have more defenses. So I think it's gonna get really, really grindy once everyone starts getting to 6, because there's not a whole lot of other stuff. Artillery is nice for sure. That's definitely a game changer. And then heavy choppers are gonna be huge, but yeah, I think the plan is just to get to 6 as quickly as possible with all our defenses maxed out. Push from there and then park. That's kind of the idea. We'll see if we'll see what happens. We still got more than a week left, so I mean, there's lots of time left on the clock still. We're basically just halfway through the season at this point. But yes, what else? What was it? Oh yeah, the attacks, Chicken. So here's let's see. Here's what we got. Which one was maxed rockets? Okay, perfect. This one was maxed rockets. Now, this was a tricky base. I was looking at this, and I hadn't seen one like this. So, basically, I do the same thing on all these bases. Now, our loadout has changed. We're now using 3 riflemen and 5 bombers with Kavan. That's a little bit better. It's a little bit easier to use. It's a little bit less risky. You're a little bit less likely to fizzle. So, that's what I've been going with for right now. And essentially, the idea is you simply want to take them and you want to flare them up to the right as much as you can. Now, with this base, what I did was, since it was a little bit more compact, I just took out all of his mines, because I knew I was going to be in range, and as long as I could keep second winds going, we were going to be fine. The problem with this base was I had to get some of them to trail off to the right, and I wasn't sure exactly how I was going to do that, so we'll speed it up a little bit here. But yeah, basically, we just kind of ignore the first rocket, just second wind our way through it, and just kind of make our way forward. And then so we had to do what's called a split flare. So we flare right there, right towards the middle, and then half the troops go one way, half the troops go the other way, i.e. a split flare. So yeah, and then from there we just get really aggressive with the flares. This one was funny because I actually screwed up. Pretty bad on this one. So I flared all the engines at the end at the right time. But look here, 1, 2, 3. I forgot there was a last engine. I was like, oh my god! It just like threw out the Hail Mary flare. Somehow we still won the match. That was not ideal, but But yeah, we were able to get it. So this one we won by 1 second. Oh my god. Alright, so this is more of a standard base that we're going to run into. He's got the rockets at tick 4. And yeah. But yeah, the next plan, guys, is to max rocket launchers, and then we're going to max the mortars out. I feel like that's going to really start to put us over the edge. But yeah, so for these bases, I just simply spread out the bombers so they don't get pulled over by that cannon. You see right there, all I didn't mean to take out the flamethrower. It was a dummy, and I missed all the mines on my first barrage, but it wasn't the end of the world. So yeah, sometimes now it depends. Like, we're not always using barrage to take out an extra engine. It's sometimes more helpful to do things like this, but it just depends on the base, right? This one was a little bit kind of more spread out, so it was a little bit better value to just kind of get everybody into the middle and get those bombers firing on all sides. Now, it does look a little bit grim right here. You might be thinking, Chicken, what was that? You just flared everybody into a bunch of splash damage, but it ended up working out, obviously, since we won, but it wasn't the fast time. But this is the idea, is you want to flare your troops up and to the right and get them up and out of harm's way and everything like that. So, yeah. And then as soon as you get the bombers in the middle, they're just going to start spraying and shooting from all sides, so that makes it a little bit better. And then, yeah, so we're just simply moving them up and beyond. This gets a little bit dicey right up here. I did have to use a second wind. And I mean, we only got like a couple bombers left, so that was a little bit too aggressive. I probably wouldn't say that you should do that. But we were able to get into position here, and I think we got our last shot off with just a handful of bombers left, and we were able to get away with it. So, whoop. Are we losing connection here? Hold on. Sorry about that. Okay, and yeah, so let's show you guys, not the global leaderboard. Let's go back over here, and let's show you how the defense was working. So we'll show you, now you see all their times, they're all very slow, right? So this base was able to slow them down. The shock launchers were huge, for sure. And yeah, so let's just go over a couple of these defenses here so you guys can get an idea of how the defense works. But yeah, man, so the biggest thing was just bringing the shocks up a little bit. I was kind of experimenting because at the start of the day, I got the shock launchers, I got this new base, and I was just falling. I dropped to, I don't know, it was about 20 and 43 stars, I think I fell to at one point. So I went up 100 stars at one point. But yeah, the problem was simply the shock launchers were too far in the back because, you know, I'm mostly getting hit with bombers. I'm not seeing a lot of seekers. I'm not seeing, you know, sometimes people will do hits like this where, well, they'll do hits like this, but they'll delay drop and do a couple seekers. That's not for me. I find it very inconsistent. You know, it can't work very well when it does work, but, you know, it's one of those things. When it works, it works. When it doesn't, it doesn't, right? So, yeah, this is mostly what I'm getting hit with, and this is the whole idea of the base. It's just kind of, you know, scattered. It's weird stuff. It makes them think, and that's kind of something important in warships, I feel like, that gets overlooked a lot, is people simply, you know, just copy the best base and don't think about it. And, you know, for the most part, that's usually the way to go. But when you make people think, it screws them up a lot. You know, because we get so used to, you know, even on offense, like I'll do it a lot too. When I'm going against, you know, when I'm playing, I'm going against pretty well the same base or the same like 2 or 3 bases that people are using. You know, they don't typically change. You don't see a whole lot of variance to them. So just making a couple like minor changes, sometimes it can make all the difference. I don't know if that was exactly the reason why we were able to get back to where we were today, but it definitely didn't hurt things. So that was something that helped for sure. And yeah, so I mean, as we look towards the end of the season here, like look at how expensive this is. Like to go from 6 ER to 7 is, you know, we want to get the heavy choppers. There's not that much great stuff between 6 and 7, and it's, you know, it's obviously it's a ton of keys. I might go 6, grab artillery, and then just not, you know, progress from there, and see if we have enough tools at that point to really push us up into a decent finishing spot. But yeah, that's basically what we had on for today. Now, bullet is going to be great if you're using seekers. Like bullet heavy chopper seeker is going to be a thing. So, you know, if that's your plan and you're going to grind out the rest of the tech tree, then I would probably go with bullet. Otherwise, I think I would skip him for 48 keys. That's very expensive. And it'll set you back a few days on the other stuff. Maybe it'll be worth getting, you know, once we have all the defenses and everything like that. We can we can start to look at that. But yeah, for right now, we're just focusing on the defenses still. We're going to max out our rocket launchers. We're going to get the mortars up. And again, even to get to the heavy choppers, we still have to unlock and max out the heavies, right? So that's not even totally finished yet. So let me know what you guys think of that down below in the comment section. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to the second channel. Join the Discord server. Yeah, we got a new live streaming channel that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to try to go live a couple times this weekend, and we're just going to play some warships and mess around. I got a mini account, and it's a ton of fun. But yeah, that's all I got for today. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. That is going to wrap up the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. And we'll see you next one. Guys, check it out. Back.